Okay, this job is done. Whew. Wasn't that so tough? But man, like I said, these plugs were in there, and you're talking about metal, steel plugs going into aluminum heads, and I'll say it now that I got them all changed. But if you strip a plug out in one of these things, that's game over. Because you're talking about, to do it right, you can't get into those back ones. If it's one of the back ones, you can't get anything in there to put a helicoil coil in it very well. You might can take the valve cover off, but you're basically gonna have to take the head off probably to do it right. So that's why I started on the rear ones. I figured if something went south back there, then I know it was over. So, but everything went fine on it, so good to go. I didn't tell you. Oh yeah, let's look at the old ones. Like I said, I already replaced one of them a few thousand miles ago. That's why there's only 7 plugs there. But there's these Bosch. Don't ever put Bosch in anything. But 4 of these total, out of all of them, had the electrodes blown out of them, totally gone. So that's why it was running so bad. And this is probably only the 3rd set of plugs what I just put in there. This is probably the 2nd set, and that's probably the 3rd set I just put in, considering they're supposed to last, about 100,000 miles. So that would make sense. It had 198 on it when I got it. So, and what I put in it was these good old NGKs. I fully believe in NGK plugs. Never had a bad one. And like I said, it's one of those things. It's maybe it's more perception of quality than actual quality, but these, like I said, these Bosches, there's many stories on the internet about these things doing exactly what these did. They're just not lasting. So I just go, those are Japanese plugs. That's probably what came in it originally. Either that or Denso is also Japanese, short for Nippon Denso, but they call them Denso. So I just go back with those. And these plugs were not that expensive. I think these were I'm thinking they were about $3 a plug. And some of them are about $13 if you want to go, like I said, go to. They're really, really expensive. But these are the platinum alloy deal. You don't want to put, Nissan specifically recommends against putting just copper plugs in them. So I went ahead and did what they said do and used the right plugs in it. So, and I don't know what that is. That may just be, stuck my finger with something there, a pocket. It may just be so because you don't have to take the plugs out as often. Who knows? But anyway, it's all said and done. I put anti-seize on these, a little bit of it. Of course, there's been people on the internet experts say you don't have to put anti-seize on those kind of plugs, but I am. Even if I don't have this car or it's long gone or whatever, by that time it needs other ones, at least they'll come out easier. And it's always funny when you read up a little bit of kind of some tips from other people about tight spark plugs and how to get them out. Every time, just about, you read one of those threads, the first thing somebody says is, instead of saying, well, here's how you get the tight plug out, they don't say that. They say, oh, well, just remember when you put those plugs back in, you need to use some anti-seize. Thank you very much, but I'm not talking about putting them back in. I'm talking about taking them out. So, really, man, that's very helpful. I'll remember to do that, but I'm asking specifically how about getting them out. And just one final thought on this. Can you imagine where a Cadillac would be if they could have built an engine like this one, a dual overhead cam V8 that never had head gasket problems or head bolt problems and stayed together like this one has in the Toyota versions? There's been people say these engines have went 400,000 miles without even being opened up. Can you imagine where a Cadillac would have been if they could have built a North Star like that? But they didn't. That's back when I guess GM decided they weren't going to take any good hints and advice from anybody else that's been doing this. And of course, they failed at it. And could you also imagine how Ford could have put in spark plugs in their 4.6s and 5.4 plug blowers that had this many threads on them instead of putting them in that had 4 threads on them? How many threads can you count on this thing? Was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 threads? 13 threads on those plugs? But no, they couldn't do that. They're good old American engineers thought, oh, four threads on those plugs would be just fine, just fine. And then what they do, after they try to redesign the head in the plug so that they don't blow them out, they screw up again on it. They make a plug that breaks off in the head. You know, it's like, come on, guys. You know, if you need some help with figuring these things out, go to Honda, go to Toyota, go to Nissan, who's been doing this for decades, and they'll tell you how to design this stuff. There's no, as you can tell, there's no love lost for me with stupid stuff like that could have been avoided. There's a truck coming by here, big loud lifted truck. Let's see what that looks like there. Yeah. Nice old truck. I was going to tell you, I found out from some sources around here that there's a lot of rental houses in this neighborhood. And I didn't know that. I didn't know there's as many as there are, but I got kind of a rundown on it, including this one. But you remember the guy I called Mr. Acceleration? I noticed about 2 months ago that he abruptly had stopped. I never noticed him come by anymore, so I think he's moved. He's gone to bless another neighborhood with the sound of his loud 5.3 exhaust. Thank goodness. Okay, guys, well, rambling on here, like the Waylon Jennings song, Rambling Man. So I guess next time around what we're going to do is we're going to venture into the land of a radiator and some belts. And I'm debating whether I'm going to put all the belts on it or just one, because it looks like these have already been replaced. It's got a good gator back. That's kind of loose. And that's the one that squeals every once in a while, but I don't know if I'll put them all on or just, I don't know, I guess I probably will. But it's a bit of a chore there, but not too bad. I know that one right there in the front, that thin one right there, you can see that thing is in bad shape. I think that's the power steering belt. You can see it better right there. It's got 4 belts on it. And I've had a little bit of a noise coming from the front of this car off and on at idle speeds, and I thought, uh-oh, that's a timing chain. It's not, because it comes and goes and it doesn't sound like a timing chain. What I think it is if you look down, straight down in there, you see that thing, that's an idler pulley, and the bearings go bad in those. So we'll look into that. But hey, it's an old car. We'll just fix it. Better, stronger, faster, eh? Alright guys, well, we will talk to you in another video. Thanks so much for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe. See ya.